All right, I'm live. Well, welcome back to the channel. I came across this article. It was shared in a group of, well, it doesn't matter what group it was shared in. I don't remember exactly which one, but women who would be interested in SheraSeven's channel would generally be involved in that group. So this was shared months ago. Oh, we got some viewers already. Shout out to Seth. Such a loyal supporter. Thank you for being here. A-Chan, good to see you again. Hello, kitty kitty. Even Mariana's here. Lovely. Good to see you, hun. Okay, so this article came out back in, when was it published? It's more than 2 months old. So yeah, it came out in August. I wanted to respond to it. I put it off for a while. And I thought, you know what? I have some time. Let's get this taken care of, because this really does need to be dissected. This is some old BS. Shera does not deserve the backlash she's been getting. And if you're not familiar with her channel, I highly recommend going and checking it out. Go back as far as you can to like some of her oldest content to really kind of start to see the progression. She goes live multiple times every week with very deep content. She also has, another channel related to metaphysical topics. And that's actually how I first came across her. I don't know how I had so many years where I was seeing that content and not coming across her level up content. And I don't know what happened. It seemed to be synchronistic. 2020 was a really important year for me because I had so many things click and change for me in my mindset. I went through a lot, and, I found that channel, and Shera really helped me rebuild myself as a woman. I'm forever grateful to her for her work and the message she shares. And the fact is, recently she's been facing a lot of backlash because, a new generation of fans have been kind of splicing her content, putting it on TikTok and other places. And when you hear her like jabs and short little messages out of context, they don't really add up to the fullness of the message, because ultimately her message is about shifting your mindset and developing yourself as a woman or as a man, because she does have male followers who actually thank her for her content as well. But she's being posited now as this anti-male figure. People are out here claiming that she's encouraging women to abuse men and all of this nonsense and mess. And even The Guardian, of all places, ran an article on her. But I just want to say, I really admire how she's responding to this. She is not happy with her content being put out in other places. She's even asked people to remove it because she wants to be in control of it. And she's very elusive, and she's not, capitalizing on the amount of attention she's getting in the ways that people expect her to. She's not, responding to calls for interviews or that kind of thing. A lot of people do want a piece of her, and she's just saying, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I think that's really admirable, that how she is so clear about what her mission is and why she does what she does. And the fact is, you do have to sit and listen and sift through her content in order to get the fullness of the message, which is ultimately about valuing yourself, your values, your morals, your mindset. A lot of women out here need a Shera in their life because this culture trains us to be pick-me's. It trains us to be good girls. It trains us to put ourselves last. Seth has a question. Is this the lady who says sprinkle, sprinkle? Yes. Now, why does she say sprinkle, sprinkle? Sprinkle, sprinkle is what she says when somebody donates to her, like sends her a super chat. If somebody gives her a super chat, she'll sprinkle, sprinkle them. It's like a message of, giving them back a little bit of what they've given to her. But yeah, that she does sometimes on her own Instagram share certain messages. And you know what? She's very entertaining as well. So she's very funny. She comes across very, flamboyant sometimes when she answers some of these silly questions. She has really good answers and they're really quick. But of course, that is not the entirety of who she is. So it just has disheartened me to see the way that she's been attacked by the mainstream. But anyway, let's dissect this article, okay? I'm going to present it to y'all and we're going to look through it. All right, here we have it. The female Andrew Tate, the new influencer dating doctrine is extreme, but I can see why it's popular. And can I just say, this woman looks exactly how I would expect. If you know, you know. All right. Young women struggling with debt and burnout need a better vision than getting a rich man to pay the bills. A month ago, I decided to wrap up work early and have a little treat. I took myself out to a hotel bar and sat alone, reading in the sun. While people socialized in twos and threes around me, someone bought me a drink, and a little while later, a woman leaned over to me on her way out and said, "Sprinkle, sprinkle." Okay, lucky you. I'd be so excited to meet another Shera fan out in the world. She was quoting the catchphrase of YouTuber SheraSeven, the viral sensation and self-styled financial advisor, quote unquote, whose advice I had inadvertently followed. The way to get wealthy men to buy you drink, Shera says, is to go to high-end bars alone before the after-work rush. I mean, Shera didn't come up with that. Let's just say that. Like, men have been buying women drinks since we've had bars, but okay. Over the past few months, a number of straight-talking self-help gurus for women, often described half jokingly in the comment section as the female Andrew Tate, have been blowing up on TikTok. SheraSeven has been attracting a large audience of young women despite not even having a TikTok account herself. Yep, clips that have cross-pollinated from her YouTube have racked up almost 20 billion views and counting. Thank God. I'm glad to see that people are getting, hopefully that means that the culture will shift. That's what I hope from it. The phrase sprinkle, sprinkle, which she uses to bookend her most sage advice, has now taken on a life of its own. Shera advises women over the age of 25 to seek out and date older, affluent men and to actively play games to get them. This includes hiding your insecurities from potential partners and using reverse psychology to manipulate men so you can imitate intimacy without the risk that comes with true vulnerability. For example, if you're feeling jealous because the man you're dating doesn't pick up his phone, you should pretend you were calling for help with a flat tire, but then had to get another man to step in. Once they've locked a man down, she argues, women should push for them to pay for all of their household bills and expenses. Men without money are dusties and not to be entertained. Okay, so let's just stop right there. Okay. What do we already see here that's wrong? I don't know. Like, if a man is making you jealous, what's wrong with making him jealous back? I just don't. Her advice, I don't know. What do I say here? I wish we didn't have to play games, but we do. Okay? But we do. The dating thing is a game. Flirtation and seduction is a game. All right? It is what it is. Men play games, women play games. All right? That's what it is. If someone makes you feel something, make them feel it back. Or don't, you have your own thing. Or, for me, my thing is just to be unbothered, that whatever. But you figure out how to deal with situations. And like, this is just so obviously like from an example where someone was actually asking her for help with a situation. Oh, Mariana has a good comment here. We can't have those material standards. God forbid they can have material demands that involve our bodies, time, or labor. I know. Here's the thing. Here is the thing. And why Shera is so important. Unfortunately, due to the culture, so many women have bought into the idea that men don't need to invest anything to get everything from us. You know what I mean? Women are out here giving up the ultimate prize that a man needs to earn for nothing. Okay, so yeah, a man does need to do things for you. He needs to invest in you before you get serious with him, before you open up your legs. This is not bad advice. This is advice that's going to help society improve overall. This is good. This is what we need. We need a mindset shift where women start to value what they give. So many women don't even value what they are. They don't even understand the value of just your presence has in someone's life. And if you're not valuing that, if you don't even see that your presence alone is valuable, you're going to be out here giving everything and your all to someone who's not even like, and this is the other thing. And if a man doesn't invest in you, it means he doesn't care. So why would you, again, why would you do any of that? It's like so backwards. Seth knows. Seth doesn't want a dusty. Nobody wants a dusty. Like, and this is the thing. So many women I know are hustlers. So many women I know have more than one stream of income. They're out here networking. They're out here doing this, that, or the other. They volunteer. They belong to, groups and organizations. They work full time. They might have a side business. Why would a woman who's got it going on, and even if she, doesn't do as much, still, nobody want a dusty. Nobody who is reasonably active and reasonably valuable as a person wants to deal with someone who is not meeting even a modicum of their potential. You know, a dusty, again, dusty is a mindset too. But anyway, but nobody wants to deal with someone who, and this is the other thing too, men without money shouldn't be dating. If you don't have money to date, you don't need to be dating. You need priorities, okay? If you don't have money to go out on dates, don't date. Get your money. That should be your focus. Like, there is a hierarchy to things in life. You know, you want to have certain things, you have to work for them. So many people think that, you know, they want like this extravagant life on a no effort, no work, idle effort. Like they want to put in no effort and get the most. That's not how life works. You have to work, you have to earn things. Even a woman. I know. Let's move on. Let me take a sip of my little drink. But veering away from the stereotype of the 1950s housewife and its modern iteration, the trad wife, SheraSeven doesn't suggest women must take on domestic responsibilities such as cooking, cleaning, and child rearing in exchange for financial support. A man of means can hire people to help with that. You are there to look beautiful and be worshipped. This is presumably what makes her gospel so attractive. So much that other women have started documenting their own sprinkle journeys, updating their audience as they follow Shera's advice. I mean, that's true. Shera has helped a lot of us. I swear to God, listening to Shera, since I started listening to her advice, my life has gone up drastically. Like, my lifestyle, my home is better. I don't have a man paying my bills, okay? Right here. No men are currently paying my bills. If any men out there watching want to, you know, get in contact with me, I'd be more than happy to let you. But at this time, I am doing it myself. Because honestly, like, the level up mindset shift is about what's going on in you. And if there's nobody around giving it to you, you're going to go get it yourself. But anyway, yeah, like, you know, and this is the other thing about this is just irritating. Like, how many people of moderate means, you know, hire someone to help them with cleaning? It's not that extravagant. It's pretty regular in the modern society for for people to hire someone to come help them clean a couple times a month, you know, or, you know, food. How many people like eat out or get, you know, prepared food? Like, it's really, this is normal middle class stuff. This isn't even like stuff that you need a rich man to accomplish. This is how a lot of middle class people live in the modern era, okay? Like, they go out to eat, or they get, you know, takeout, or they, you know, have meal prep done. Like, and Shera herself is a wife and mother. She does raise her kids. She's actively involved in their lives. She has her own business. She cooks sometimes, but again, it's like, it's not because she has to, you know what I mean? And I think that's the sort of thing a lot of women think that, you know, oh, well, he's paying for this, that, and the other. Like, that means I have to do it all. And no, you don't. You can still get help. I mean, even if you are a housewife, you don't have your own business. And that's the other thing. She encourages women to start their own business and invest in themselves. Like, that's the thing. Her whole message is get a man to help support you so that you can invest in yourself, so that you can start your own business, so that you can invest in your own education or whatever the heck else you're needing, you know? Like, this article really bothered me because it's like, wow, you've really only scratch the surface of what Shera's talking about. And like Shera talks about this so often in so many of her videos. She goes live multiple times a week talking about this stuff, spreading the same message. It is so aggravating. As extreme as it sounds, I can understand the popularity of Shera's mantras among young women. I was recently signed off work by a GP for the ghastly triumvirate of low mood, burnout, and exhaustion. The thought of a wealthy man coming over the horizon to save me from overwork and a dirty flat, however regressive that thought is, was more tempting than the long-term solutions I really needed: rest, therapy, and failing that, antidepressants. What a depressing bitch. Can I just say that? Like, come on, lady. Like, yeah. Depressing. You'd rather go on antidepressants and get therapy than expect the man in your life to make it better. Like, do you ever think that maybe your low mood might have something to do with the fact that you're giving too much for too little? Like, and that's the other thing too, like the modern work-life balance. I mean, working 40 hours a week will burn people out. It'll burn a woman out for sure. But you couple that on top of dealing with a man and all of his demands, and you're not even expecting him to compensate you for all of those demands. Because let's be real here. Like, I know most of you in the chat date men or have dated men. You know how exhausting it can be. You know how draining it can be. So, what the hell? What the hell? Let's continue. Meanwhile, dating within patriarchy can open women and femmes who date men up to disappointment, even harm. The comment sections under these TikTok videos are full of women who are fed up with modern heterosexual dating to the point that they don't even believe men have anything to offer them emotionally. Well, they don't. SheraSeven's advice teaches women to game patriarchy and turn their pain to power. Shera has been making YouTube videos for at least 9 years. Her content very much mirrors the message of the pop feminist influencer, the Slumflower, who initially implored millennial women to fight patriarchy by indulging in dump him feminism, I'm not sure, via viral tweets and cute Instagram graphics that escalated into telling women to only date affluent men and to take everything from them that they can. In his book on influencer culture, Get Rich or Die Trying, the journalist Simeon Brown describes the audience reception of the Slumflower at one of her pre-pandemic live shows as like the second coming of Christ. She even said she was in the mood to have a church-style environment and share some testimonies. One of the largest SheraSeven fan accounts before it recently went offline was SheraLations. In other words, Shera's Gospel, with nearly 400,000 followers. Each video was captioned in the style of Bible chapters and verses, such as SheraLations 13:12. Okay. What does that have to do with Shera? What does that have to do with Shera? Her fans one of her fans made an account and did that. I need another sip. The growing popularity of these influencers is surely linked to economic stagnation, sky-high bills, and precarious work. In May, the Office for National Statistics revealed that more adults in England and Wales were living with their parents, most people in their early 20s, and more than 1 in 10 of those in their early 30s are yet to move out. The real value of take-home pay has been falling since May 2022, with the youngest employees experiencing the largest falls in real wages. SheraSeven describes herself as giving overridingly financial rather than romantic advice in response to a comment from a woman who said she doesn't want to date an older man even if he's rich. SheraSeven retorts that she couldn't be standing up for 8 hours all day at work punching the clock. Pick a struggle. In one clip, she tells the audience she will never start a YouTube channel to give people advice on quote unquote real relationships that aren't based on money, because all relationships are ultimately based on power. It's a bleak picture. So many of the ways women are being encouraged to live online, whether it's quote unquote, hashtag soft life, which denounces hustle culture, trad wives, or sprinkle, call for a reevaluation of our relationship to work, rest, and leisure. We need a collective vision for improving our lives. Without it, women will continue looking for answers elsewhere. Anyway, the name, like this article, the reason that it irritates me so much is that this title is really effing salacious. Now, she doesn't deserve to be compared to Andrew Tate in the slightest, does she? Who has she pimped? Who has she exploited? You know, she's a normal upper middle class housewife who has her own business and runs a channel, and like, she's good, you know, and basically her essential message is that women need to really think long and hard about why they get into relationships. You know, a lot of women are out here looking for true love, quote unquote. They're here looking for all that nonsense, romantic relationships. Ultimately, when it comes to settling down and building a life with someone, that is only a part of the picture. It isn't the full scope of it. And really, you know, what you need to be looking at is, are your values similar? Do you want a similar lifestyle? Is this person going to be able to provide that for you? Otherwise, you know, you're going to end up in a situation where you're overworked, stressed out, trying to do it all. And, you know, those feelings of Twitterpation and lust and infatuation will inevitably fail. They will inevitably soften, and you're going to be left with a real human being in front of you that has flaws, that does things that irritate you. So what is the purpose of it? You know, women have been groomed again to seek out validation from those temporary feelings and not look at the big picture of their whole life and where that puts them. You know, recently there was a video that went viral, or a series of videos from what I understand, of a woman who has 4 children under the age of 4, which in and of itself is crazy. No man in the picture, and is currently homeless, living in a hotel with her kids. Okay? So who you involve yourself with as a woman is really, really important to consider. And we do need women out here like Shera who warn women about the dangers of thinking and prioritizing the wrong things. Because ultimately, it's not only you that suffers when you make the wrong choice or choices. You could bring in a whole new generation that are going to suffer because of it. So I'm just astounded that, this woman is so blind. So blind. And Shera didn't deserve that. Shera did not deserve that. Okay. There was another video that came up I wanted to respond to that was about Shera. I saved it, so let me pull it up. I have not watched it, so we'll see. Oh man, it's a couple too. Okay, that's a shame. Ah. Yeah, it's not. I mean, there's always these like false equivalences out here, right? There's all these people, and like pick Misha here, Kimberly McIntosh or whatever, is like trying to make some sort of equivalence between women being sensible and smart about who they date and not dating and giving, giving chances to men that don't deserve it and who aren't even in a position to date, let alone get married and father children. It's just, yeah. Nothing is similar. Like the whole mindset is different. You know what I'm saying? And Shera really is about improving your mindset. Improve your mindset, get your bag, get yourself together, be the best person you can be, level yourself up, have higher standards for yourself, for your life, for the people that come into your life. Don't accept things you don't want. Think about the future. Control what you say, control what you think. Like, it's all wisdom. She's very wise. She's not some like idiot that's like online bragging. But anyway, all right, got the new video up here, so we'll.
Be nice to him all the time. Always have an attitude, and then be nice every once in a while.
Your thoughts? What?
Make sure that he is continuously chasing you. Don't chase him. Don't always be available to him for sex. Don't cook, don't clean for him.
This is outrageous. Right to jail, right away.
Okay.
What's wrong with that?
You ain't even married.
Why were they shocked that she's telling women not to just have sex with men whenever they want?
Got options. So when you leave the house, you get a little nervous. All right. That's how you stay. That's how you keep him chasing and live. Okay.
I love how she's like with him. Look at this woman. Like, okay. Let's look at them, okay, as a couple, not couple goals. All right. Just put that together there. They are not couple goals. But yeah, what did she say here? Always look your best. Look your best when you leave the house so that he knows that, you have other options. I don't see how that's abusive. They've titled this, how is teaching women how to abuse men again. And this woman is just like shocked, shaking her head, like, honey, look at her. Does she look like she invests in her time and energy in how she looks? And I'm not saying this to be mean or belittle her at all, but like, come on. The more time, energy, money you invest in yourself, the better you will feel. The less likely you'll be to come on here with a man and make a fool out of yourself.
Men love mean women, period.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
Be his peace.
Police! Help! Help!
Don't be his piece. Love it.
That's it. What if you want to get married, but you don't get the ring? And then don't get married, but keep the ring. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Change your mind, but keep the ring.
Stupid. I'm not going to let you get the chance.
Listen to me. We need to get these delusional bitches off the fucking internet, because let's keep it gangster. You're not keeping my ring. I don't care what you say. I'll take it. Exactly. You're fucking stealing. I'll take it off your fucking finger, you fucking rat.
He's mad, isn't he? He looks very mad. He looks very hurt by what was just said. And she's like, they're trying to put in her little 2 cents. But like, look at it. It's just, he's dusty as hell too. But anyway, keep going.
What are you talking about?
That's a gracious, generous gift in contract, basically verbal contract, that y'all gonna stay together.
Let me tell you something.
You can't keep that.
Yeah, you can. If somebody gives you something, it's yours. If somebody gives you something, that's yours. You're not obligated to give it back. You can if you want, because he's a little whiny baby. But come on. 9 times out of 10, if the engagement doesn't go through, whose fault is it? You can keep that ring.
Almost all the states, I'm almost 100% sure.
It's
Giving
law.
an engagement ring is a conditional gift. The condition is that you can keep the gift on the condition that we get married. If we do not get married, it still belongs to me. You have to give it back. So suck my dick, bitch.
For better or for worse.
Talking about, oh, keep the ring. You're not keeping nothing, bitch. I have the fucking sheriff drag that shit out your house.
Yeah, because you can't afford
Second of all,
to give a woman a piece of jewelry.
Follow this advice. This is how
you can tell by the way your woman looks.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you, no real nigga is putting up with this. She said, always keep an attitude. Really? Let me tell you something. A real man is not.
Notice he said real N-word. Does Shera seem like she's the kind of woman who deals with real N-words? And he's like, he's so threatened. You're right. He looks threatened. And that's how a lot of men respond to this. And the pick-me women too. They're threatened by it because they know it's true. How many men out here are acting totally scandalous? You know, have no standards, morals, you know, doing this, that, and the other, taking whatever they can get for nothing. If a man gives you a ring, it's yours. I said what I said. It's
not gonna stand for that shit. You keep giving me attitude, you're gonna get out of my fucking house.
What I don't understand is how is she giving this advice, knowing the fact that there are other women out there who there's a shitload of women who are gorgeous, and he can go on to the next. So I don't really understand how, whether or not you look bad as the baddest bitch ever, but yet you're gonna ignore him, but you don't think that he's gonna step out and go to the next bitch.
This bitch said, let him know.
Here's the thing: people want what they can't have. So yeah, a lot of men will respond to you acting that way. They will shape up if they actually do want you. There's a lot of women who look good out here. Yeah. It's not about how good you look. It's about your mindset. Ultimately, your value comes from how you think, how you carry yourself. There is nothing more attractive than someone who values themselves. If you're willing to walk away, if you don't give a damn, that is attractive. You know, if someone can't just push you around or play games on you, you know, you're not going to deal with it, that is attractive. If they can't manipulate you easily, that is attractive. It's actually exciting. It's actually interesting. Somebody who's interesting, who has character, who can meet you and match you is always going to be far more attractive than someone who just looks good. Someone who is exciting is always going to be more attractive. If you don't know what to expect, that is attractive. Like, I know this guy, he looks just like, I mean, look at him. He's wearing a cartoon character hoodie. He's not a man. He's up here like, a real man would never. I'm like, sir, you are dressed like a teenage boy. Okay? Don't talk about what a real man would do. A real man dresses like an adult. Real man doesn't wear clothing made for a 13-year-old boy.
No.
As if you got options and he doesn't?
Right. This bitch said, let him know you're the prize, you have options.
Yeah.
Right. And there's more beautiful women than there are rich niggas. So therefore, he has more options than you. That's the first thing. Second of all, don't give him
Poverty
sex.
mindset.
Don't cook and clean. Don't be nice to him. So what the fuck do you do other than be annoying?
So he knows you're worthless. You're not the prize.
You're garbage.
He's not gonna marry you, and you're not gonna get what you want. So why would you even take this advice?
Right.
This is set up a failure.
Right. You're going to fail listening to this goofy bitch. What could possess you to basically say, I'm gonna get a man, I'm gonna do absolutely nothing. And he's gonna chase after me and fawn after me and just stay with me and give me whatever I want, because that definitely works. Bitch, are you dating 14-year-old boys? That must be what you're doing.
This is funny because who looks like a 14-year-old boy up in here?
You're holding pussy over me? Bitch.
Meanwhile, Shera is married to a man who pays all of her bills. I feel really bad for this woman in the video. Like, is she not embarrassed to be sitting behind a man, like, yelling at a woman, calling another woman a bitch? Like, is that not embarrassing to you? Like, men have no business talking to women that way anyway, and no real man would. It always looks terrible when men, like, use that kind of profanity and, like, come at women that way, even if the woman is nasty or whatever, this, that, and the other. Like, it's not something that, you know, a man who conducts himself with character and class does, because he knows, like, even if the woman is trashy, like, it's not the way that a man should act. He's always going to look worse because, you know, as a man, you are supposed to have more control. I mean, this guy is in his feelings. He is in his feelings. I don't know. Should we continue watching? Chris likes cartoons. All right. Well, I don't know, dude. You're entitled to like what you like, but a grown man who dresses like a teen boy bothers me. Like, I dress nice, okay? Like, I have some style. I can't stand a man that's wearing a t-shirt or a hoodie with cartoon characters on it. It's embarrassing. Like, you know, it's not equally yoked. That painting on the wall is, yeah, I know. Like, really? Like, how do you, like, with her, like, this woman too, of like, how do you, I don't want to be vulgar here, but like, how do you lay up with that man? Like, how do you take it seriously? Like he wants to get busy and like he's got cartoons above the bed and he's wearing cartoons. Like, doesn't it feel a little bit degrading? I don't know. I'll continue.
Bitch, niggas be like 30 years old, bro. I just go find another bitch. What are you talking about? It's pussy everywhere. Everywhere.
Yeah, but there's
And you
not
out here talking
women
about,
who
And the way
think
we gonna chase
properly
you
everywhere.
acting super like that.
Right, and the way these girls is giving it up these days,
Right.
like really,
Oh.
really think that
You
he's gonna
really
stand
think
for
that's
that?
gonna hold me? That's so stupid.
No, and nobody thinks that this is the thing. It's so silly. Like nobody wants someone who gives it up easy. The challenge makes it more attractive because not everybody's had it. Okay? Nobody wants what everybody else has had. So yeah, a woman that makes it difficult to get into her pants is always going to be more attractive than a woman who opens up for nothing. Like again, he hears a little, he sees a little TikTok video, and this is the thing. They're calling her a TikToker in the response, so they don't even know who she is or what she's about, but still it's like so triggered.
Because if she basically took away all the things that women do in relationships. If you took away all that shit, then what are you good for? What do you do? Why would I stay with you?
Make you look good?
Women think of relationships as completely
Make you look
one-sided. That they're just
more
like,
adult than
I'm
you
gonna
are.
here just exist, and that's good enough, and he's gonna do all this huge list of things for me. And if he makes any demands, he's sassy, he's this, he's that. You motherfuckers are fucking degenerates. You're rats, bro. You're literal sewer gutter rats.
Oh, she's
Right. King rat. Fucking rat, bro. This
I
shit's
love rat.
crazy.
I got a rat
would
right
love
here.
nothing more than be face to face in a debate with somebody like this. So I'll violate you. You're a fucking rat.
I'll
You're 45
violate
years
you.
old and you're alone and you're a fucking rat giving bad
He's
advice
alone?
to younger women. You know who took this bitch's advice?
And so again, he doesn't know anything about that. I see this with the men a lot on her channel. They're like, she's living alone in an apartment. Like, she's shown her house. She's shown her family. Her husband's come into her live streams. Everybody knows what's going on. She's been married to him for like 18 years. And again, he takes care of her and their kids like a man is supposed to. And how'd she get him? By being who she is. Ultimately, nothing you do is going to earn the affections of someone else. It's who you are. It is who you are. People want to make it like, oh, well, you did this, that, and the third for me, so that means you're going to love me. Women need to stop falling for that BS because it isn't true. You can give your all. You can build a man up. You can sacrifice for him. You can pop out his kids. You can cook for him. You can clean for him. You can give it up whenever he wants. He's not going to love you because that's not what it is about. It has to be who you are. If you have the mindset of someone of value, if you carry yourself that way, that is what it takes. Oh, this is a nice comment. Hello, Always Spring. Haven't seen you before. Welcome to the channel. When I broke up with my fiance a year ago, I stumbled across Shera's channel. Before, my fiance complained and moaned and frowned about paying bills. Now he gives me money whenever I ask. Good. I'm glad to see that's worked out for you. And that's the way it should be. So I'm happy for you. Good. And what changed? It was your mindset, wasn't it? Anyway, this video is almost over. And yeah, Amy's calling him an animal. He's disgusting. This pathetic man with his little earrings.
The Cheesecake Factory girl.
Probably.
No,
Not the
probably.
Cheesecake
She said
Factory
so.
girl.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. Uh-huh. Yes. She said so. And what did that lead to? You listen to this goofy bitch, and what happened? That nigga told you, we're going home. She tried to make weird, she was talking like how that bitch talks. She was making weird level demands like, so call them now. No. Fuck you talking about? You can't tell me what to
You
do,
think
bitch.
that cheesecake
Go
video
back in your house where you belong. You
was
fucking
real?
rat.
Skedaddle rats.
Right, fucking scallywags out here trying to give niggas fucking
Harlots.
advice. Right. She giving advice for
Look
who?
at her. She's
Talking
so
about
happy she's
this
got
is how
her
you
man.
maintain a
Look at
relationship.
her.
No,
Look
that's how
at
you get
show with
slutted
her
out like
man.
a fucking thought and left on the side of the road.
Yep.
Promise you. Promise you that.
How's
The
a
fuck outta here.
woman
No
gonna
way.
get slutted out if she's not giving it up? Like, see, again, like it's silly out here. It's really silly out here. That's the other thing that Shera advises. Don't be easy. Don't give it up for nothing. Like, understand the value that is, and like, be okay with someone walking away. You've got to risk it all to get it all. Like that, Shera says that message as well. You have to be totally fine with someone leaving your life if you're not getting that from them. Oh, this is a nice comment. I took all this advice and I've been married to an excellent man for 30 years. He caters to me in every way. He respects women. He respects his wife. As it should be. And this is the thing. I don't even know what their relationship is. I don't know if those two in that video are married or like what that situation is. But it just makes me really sad to see a woman sitting behind a man who is screaming obscenities at another woman and she's egging him on. Meanwhile, she's up there looking just as raggedy and dusty as he is. I mean, look at her. I mean, I'm not saying this to be disrespectful, but like as a woman getting on camera, you should look your best. You know, put yourself together, you know. Don't go in on, you know, on camera in bed in your t-shirt looking like you just got up, encouraging your man to disrespect other women who actually value themselves. It's silly. It's disgusting. Anyway. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here and kind of dissect that article and see what that video was about. Again, people really, because they only listen to these little soundbite TikToks that other people are clipping of Shera, are not getting the full message. I highly do recommend you go and you listen to her live streams. You know, find one that appeals to you, like the title appeals to you, makes sense to you. Listen to the fullness of her message, because really her words have been very influential in my life and, you know, have helped me so much with growing in my own sense of self, my sense of worth. And so many of us out here have never had, you know, an older female mentor us with the game. Ultimately, it is a game. Dating and relationships are a game. You have to learn how to play, and you need to bring your best self forward when you do. It's just totally mind-blowing, you know, to see how she's blown up like this, and yet I mean, for those who want to get the full message, they will get it. They will sift through her videos. They will buy her books. They will absorb the messages that they need to. But most people won't. Most people will hear a little soundbite, think it sounds toxic, even though she's talking about a specific scenario. Oh, well. There's a lot of men online, yeah, who get really emotional, and they're in her chat a lot of the time too. I don't know. She's gotten a little bit more. She regulates her chat a lot more, I've noticed lately, just because of the number of trolls she's been getting. But yeah, they get all in their feelings about what she's saying. But if they actually sat and listened to her message, they would get things out of it, because her advice, you know, while it does help improve women's lives, it also helps men, because a lot of men have problems with women because they don't know how to deal with women in the correct way. They don't get the kind of women they want. And all they can do is just, you know, sit in a video and shout abuse and obscenities at a woman who is, you know, one that they might actually want. Meanwhile, they're wasting the time, energy, and labor of a woman that they don't want. You know, that's the other thing too. Like, so many men take advantage of women that they don't really want to be with. You know, they'll get with a woman who is not their type, use her as a come up, and then discard her once they get what they want. And it's kind of pathetic, you know. Shera really does, her advice really does, I think, help men figure out how to prioritize building themselves and getting the kind of life that they want, the kind of woman they want. You know, in terms of success, having a woman on your shoulder by your side who makes you look good. I mean, that's the other thing about it too. Like, he was asking, like, what do you do? What do you do? Like, having a woman makes you look good. If you have a woman that you can pay for, that you provide for, that makes you look very good as a man. If you have kids and a family, that makes you look very good as a man. It garners respect in the eyes of others. So just this, that guy is pathetic. I don't know. It was nasty to watch. Nasty. Sorry, Seth, I missed your comment. What is this? Thank you. I put it up today. I don't always wear it up, but yeah, you like it? Thank you, Seth. Well, yeah, does anyone else have anything else they want to say, or anything they would like me to comment on before we wrap up our lovely live today? Thank you for being here. Be sure to like the video and such, but we'll give it a couple minutes before I head out. So silly. I think my eyeliner got in my, got smeared a little bit. Oh well. Oh well. It is late in the day. I have been going for a while today. I've had a long day. And you know what? It was raining today. On my day off. I took the day off. I went and had prayer group at church. It was actually really nice. But it was raining on the way and I couldn't open up my umbrella. And I had all these people pass by me watching me struggle with it. And the only man that came and offered to help me was a homeless man. Can you believe that? I was like, all these able-bodied men and women walking past me as I'm struggling. And then this guy was like, do you need help? And I was like, yes, thank you. And he opened it for me. How nice. Anyway, so yeah, but it was raining hard and I need to get a new umbrella. I was actually looking online the other day for a new umbrella, and then It's been raining, but I haven't like went out in it. So yeah, I definitely need to get a new one. It was a drag just dealing with that. What kind of church do you go to? I go to a Baptist church. It's an American Baptist church. So yeah, the youth pastor has started a prayer life group. So I usually can't attend because it's on Tuesdays during working hours, but I, had the day off. So I went over there, was happy to join them. And, he had prepared a talk. So that was kind of interesting. He just graduated from, what is it called? Seminary? What is it called? I don't know. He graduated this past year, and he's very scholarly. So it's nice to hear him when he does share. I'm trying to find a new church. Had some bad experiences at Pentecostal school and Orthodox when growing up. Yeah, I'd imagine so. The Pentecostals, is it them or the Presbyterians? It's the Pentecostals that get all weird with the hands, right? And like the speaking in tongues and stuff. I can't be dealing with that. I need a very conservative church, like I want it to be where like, I don't want all that charisma. I don't need all that. I haven't been to an Orthodox church though. Like I haven't really had much. I don't think I've even attended an Orthodox service ever in my life. Like any Orthodox. There was a beautiful like Russian Orthodox church near where I lived that I admired because it was, this incredibly beautiful building. But yeah, I never ended up going to it. So I don't know. It's just, it's so far removed from my experience. Oh, thank you, Amy. Yeah, I haven't worn this jacket in a while either. It's my like velvet fall jacket. It has these like orange, black colors, velvet. I usually only wear it in fall. So I think it's been since last year that I've worn it. So I was glad to take it out today. It's nice and warm. Seth, I'd be curious about your experiences with the Orthodox Church. I mean, I can only imagine. But yeah, I can't deal with all that. That's like too much. When it rains, my hair triples in volume. Okay, yeah, the Pentecostals. Okay. I cannot. See, it's just too much. Like it is. You're doing too much. And yeah, a lot of them like they'll lay hands on you. Like they're just a little too friendly, you know what I mean? And they're like speaking in tongues and going off and going crazy during doing interpretive dance during worship. And you're just like, that's not for the Lord. That's for you. I can't when people get too much. Like I need things to be mild in my church. I need people to behave with some decorum. I feel like you're in the house of the Lord. You need to act with some decorum. You need to hold it together. I can't when people are going crazy. It freaks me out. I can't deal with it. Welcome to the stream, sorry, Chris. I'm speaking to Seth. Gosh, what do I cover? I talk about how would y'all describe my streams? I give general life wisdom. Sometimes I talk about current issues, not very often. Like, yeah, I don't respond to like news articles much. Usually I just talk about whatever I'm thinking about or dealing with. And sometimes I just chill out and see where the chat goes. I often hold informal chats, so we'll talk about whatever. Background on me, I mean, this channel is, I've been making YouTube content since 2008. I have a background in radical politics, and I talk about philosophy, I talk about mindset, I talk about self-help. I read a lot of different books, so sometimes, I'll bring in stuff from that. Sometimes I'll talk about things that are, I don't know, frivolous too. Whatever. It's generally, the chat can go anywhere. Today we're talking about SheraSeven, one of my sheroes who does not deserve the backlash she's been getting. So yeah, I mean, I talk about all manner of things, and I'd love to have you subscribe and see, what, or maybe watch some of my former streams. My last one I did a few days ago called No War But Culture War hasn't really had a lot of feedback, and I felt like I went pretty deep in that. So yeah, a lot of it is, philosophy, that kind of thing. I'll be having an upcoming stream talking about a new conspiracy theory that I've kind of gotten into. So, I mean, really, it's whatever I want to talk about, because ultimately it's the Terri Strange channel, right? So I am the source. It's whatever I feel like. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to go, y'all. It's been over an hour. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining. Glad to see you all. Shout out to Amy, Seth, Achan was here. Chris, new viewer. Hi, welcome. Mariana was here as well. Am I missing anyone else? I don't think so. I don't think Always Spring. Yeah, I hadn't seen you before, but thank you for being here. If anybody else would like a shout out, you better comment in the next moment, because I'm gonna go. But yeah, thank you all for being here, and I'll see you all another time. All right. Well, bye.